Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. What a beautiful day today. And you guys are all a bunch of troopers, because I know a lot of these faces have been coming here since the very beginning. So thank you for coming back and being persistent, because we have to be persistent. We got to be like the cockroaches that come out of the drain and we won't go away. And we nibble at them like chihuahuas. Arr, arr, arr. Because guys, we always want to go and start at the top and go for Trudeau and go for these big guys. But you know how we really get them? It's like literally we come at them like an anthill and we nibble at them and nibble at them and nibble at them and kill it until they cannot take it any longer. So I want to tell you guys a story of what happened last weekend in Ottawa. I think a lot of you know I've been hanging out in Ottawa for the past several months. Now I want to read to you my protest permit that I created for myself, because what's been happening up on Parliament Hill is that they think that they have the right to override my right to the freedom of speech. And you know what I say? Hell no. We live in a free country and we have freedoms, and so we have to push back and say, no, you don't have the right to do that, and no one hears why. So I'm going to read to you my permit to protest. I have copies if anybody would like one. It goes like this. The PPS notice. Now this is mocking the Parliamentary Protection Services, which I affectionately call the pedivore protection services, because that's exactly who's hiding out in that hill, is Satanists. Let's be honest here. This is a spiritual war and we are being overrun by Satanists. Anyway, I continue. I hereby issue Rebecca Shepherd a permit to protest on Parliament Hill and any other public street or park. The permit authorizes the permit holder to amplify sound, carry signs and flags, including ones that say, "Fuck Trudeau." This permit is the legal authorization of this permit of my right to peacefully protest on public property is the Canadian Bill of Rights. Unlike the Charter, there are no limits on the Canadian Bill of Rights. I'm going to read to you what it says here. Canadian Bill of Rights, an act for the recognition and protection of human rights and fundamental freedoms. Nobody gives me my rights but God. The government does not give me my rights. And if you let the government give you your rights, guess what they will do? I was going to go and take them away, but yes, you're right. So what we need to do in these situations is hold our ground and say no. So what happened last weekend, guys? I stood on the hill with a "Fuck Trudeau" sign for about an hour and a half with a standoff with the pedivore protection service. Parliamentary Protection Services. Eventually they called the police. 18 police officers showed up because of my little sign that said "Fuck Trudeau" on Parliament Hill, guys. 18 police officers to come and remove little old me from the hill. I'm surprised they didn't declare the Emergencies Act and put in the UN military troops, right? But I didn't leave. I did not put down my sign. I held my ground, and I was handcuffed, put into the back of a cruiser. I was frisked on the street like a criminal. I had my property seized, and I had my property searched illegally. And guess what? Guess what, guys? I got a $65 ticket. And now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Officer Fang to court, and I'm going to take PPS mall cop on steroids, JC Boudreau, to court for $35,000 for violating my rights and committing criminal acts against me. This is what we do. Never, ever underestimate the power of you and the changes that you can make by taking small actions. Okay, guys? I'm just going to tell you about a couple of other things that we've been working on. We've been busy, guys. We've been really busy. So, we filed on Friday, yesterday, we filed a injunction for the vehicle exclusion zone in Ottawa, which I have news for you, is illegal. Those police officers in Ottawa on April 30th were acting as criminals. They were breaking the law, they were violating our rights, and we have to hold them accountable. So we worked very hard to put together an injunction. It has been filed in the courts, and we will keep everybody updated on this action because we need to stop this illegal activity, and we need to hold the Ottawa Police Service accountable for the crimes that they committed against all Canadians by creating an illegal vehicle exclusion zone. This is a serious matter, guys. This is a rights violation, and may I remind you that we fought in other countries to restore their rights, so we need to fight here at home to restore our rights. Now I got an update for you guys on Patrick King. I know he's gone, everyone's kind of forgotten about Patrick King. Let me tell you about Pat King, guys. He is being held in the Ottawa Carlton Detention Center as a political prisoner in our country, and we all need to take some action here. Now we have spoken with Pat King, and we are working on getting that man out of jail, and let me tell you something about his legal counsel. He is doing Zoom meetings from jail, video meetings from jail, where he cannot hear what's being said in the courtroom. He is not being not given proper meetings with his lawyer, and now his lawyer has said, "Oh, I've got a really important case, Pat. I got this trial coming up, so you're just going to have to sit in that jail and rot until my trial's up." No, no, no. Pat needs to be released now. Pat is being illegally detained in one of the shittiest detention centers in Canada, guys. It is a terrible, terrible place, and that man does not deserve to be in there. He did nothing wrong. Let me inform you that the injunctions that were filed in Ottawa, the judge declared that that protest was lawful and peaceful and told people to continue on to enjoy it. Nobody broke the law in Ottawa other than the OPS, Minister Lametti, Minister Medicino, Minister Blair, and Justin Trudeau himself, and they will be held accountable. And I'll tell you something, they're getting their asses handed to them right now in the parliamentary committee because they don't have any evidence as to why they declared the emergency. The commissioner of the RCMP cannot explain why they declared the emergency. David Vigneault, the head of CSIS, guys, cannot explain why the Emergencies Act was declared. So you know what? You committed a crime and you belong in jail. All of them. Now, what can you do for Pat King, guys? This is what you can do to help Pat King right now. On Monday, you call the Attorney General's Office of Ontario and you tell them that you want Pat released because he is not getting a fair hearing, he is not getting fair representation, and you want him released because he's committed no crime. Can you guys do that? Can you help Pat King? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys, I got one more thing for you. Is it okay? Okay. I got one more thing for you guys today. I believe those people at the other end of this park are protesting because they want a guaranteed basic livable income. I'll tell you that those people are grossly misinformed as to what that means. Number one, it means that the government tells you what the basic level of income is. And maybe it's not enough to survive, but too bad. You're getting the money from the government, and there's going to be a whole lot of conditions on that. Because the province and the municipality can create a whole lot of rules, and there's nothing you can do about that. So maybe it's that you have to take the vaccine, because that's happening with EI right now. That's not a myth. Or maybe it's that you can't have a car that's run but through gas. Maybe it's that you can't have that second child. Maybe it's who knows. Here's the thing. We don't need a guaranteed basic livable income. We need the restrictions lifted so we can get our country actions. Number one, are you part of the World Economic Forum, yes or no? Number two, are you part of or associated with the United Nations, yes or no? And as Pierre Polivier says, answer the question. And guys, all of these actions are up on Stand4Thee. We have a whole package for protesting. We have the GBLI letter. We have all kinds of stuff on there that are actions designed for you to take because this is a participative process. All of you need to take action every day to create change because we are co-creators in this world. We work collectively to create change through individual actions and never, ever, ever, ever underestimate the importance and the value of you. We are all heroes in this story and we can all create change that we want to see in this world. Okay guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Again, stand4thee.ca. Go check us out. We do Zooms every Friday. We provide one-on-one support for people. I work with a legal team. And guys, it's time for us to take action. It's time for us to be responsible and accountable for our future. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca Stepper. Stand4Thee. Welcome back to Queen's Park. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, for our next speaker of another original from Queen's Park back in 2020.